There is a way to survive, so that you don't put yourself on unnecessary pain. As a young minister, you are expecting too much. You are begging money. You are begging up. Instead of to beg, be hungry. Don't beg as a young. You are losing. You will think just because you are telling bigger ministers your trouble that they will give you money. They too suffered it. And anybody that is wise can only help you to an extent. Else he will remove you from process. You will not learn anything. So there is an extent you can help person. If you are a good person, you teach the person how it works. This kind of thing, even your brethren in the world, they suffer it. It's normal. You should prepare for hunger. Prepare for hunger. And it is intentional that you fast a lot in your early days of ministry. It's not just to touch God. It's to help you survive. I know you don't know, but God knows. And I'm telling you what God knows, you don't know that he knows. And I know too. And I'm telling you because you don't know. Are you the one that has wedding ring? You are married now. Good. You are married. You are young. Right? You are married and all that. Start discipling your wife long time before you are married. Tell her that God gave me a vision of 5 years fasting. It helps you to be contented. There is an attitude of contentedness, not just there is the character, but there is an attitude. There is a way you present yourself. If you are always hungry, you are in trouble, pastor. You are a young pastor, you are always hungry. You just wake up in the night, yawn, and desire to eat one big loaf of bread with tea, with peanut butter inside, fried, put egg, put it by the side, put one lap of chicken. No, you won't make it. You will sin and keep sinning by food. Fasting is one of the most powerful things you can do. Fasting. Do you want to tame the flesh? Fasting. Prayer is not enough. You can be praying and be seeing the naked picture. You can be praying and all kinds of stuff will be happening in prayer. But fasting. You sleep too much. What? You like food too much. What? You like woman too much. What else? Fasting. Even money self. There is a way you fast. The appetite for money will be going down. Keep fasting. Even if you are not getting it right yet. As you start first. I've been telling God, I know I don't know everything about fasting. I might not be getting everything right. But as I'm fasting, this fasting be rearranging me. Are you getting it? Because there are people that are too interested in not making mistake that they never start. It is better to start and even make mistake and learn from your mistake if possible. You might not even make mistake than to be too interested in never making mistake and never start. You should know the kind of clothes to buy. Stop buying, if you are a young minister, stop buying clothes that have shiny colors. It's common sense. Buy clothes that can blend. They can blend. They will not know that you are still wearing one kind of cloth. Just be confusing them. The more you see, the more you look, the less you see. You should be wise, my friends. Just be confusing people. You don't have much clothes. It's just 6 in number. You mix this top and this gown. Mix this gown and this. If they want to find out, you put this scarf on your neck. You keep mixing it. If Satan want to catch you, if he's as bad as you think, if you ask God, my clothes is this, God will give you. If he is bad, he will give you. I'm telling you, I know God. He will not give you many, he will give you 2. And then 1 new shoe. Meanwhile, I'm not saying you should go and suffer, because I'm not giving license to demons to afflict you. I'm just telling you that there is this. Just because you are born again doesn't mean you are no more human, and that the events and processes of life should not pass over your head. There is no automatic thing in this life. God did not promise you any magic. Because some pastors think that once you now enter, because God called you, maybe you are working and you are earning $500,000. Then God called you and said, go and serve me and I will give you all that you need. You now went. 3 months later, and you abandon your job and everything. You now went because God told you. You said, God, you told me you will supply. Oh my, you told me I will not leave this room until your wife will open the door and say, Pampers. Philippians chapter 1 verse 4 and 5. Always in every prayer of mine for you all making request with joy. Next verse. Let's read verse 5 together. 1, 2, ready, go. Now, there are other things coming. If you read this thing now, you say for your fellowship, you will think that what he's talking about is probably we gathering together for service. Or maybe you relating with him. No, this fellowship here is talking about partnership, like the substance that came from them to support the gospel. All you need to do is just to read a little further. In fact, the book of Philippians is a book on ministry financing. The epistle that spoke about how to partner and support the gospel. The epistle, there are other places, but the epistle that clearly spelled it out is the book of Philippians. Every other thing you saw in the book of Philippians is good, but the message of the man fundamentally is partnership in the gospel. That's what he wrote here. For your partnership in the gospel from the first day, then he began to explain. So that by the time you get to chapter 4 and verse 19, he now said that my God, are you seeing it now? Now, it is not as if his God is different from your own God, but he's trying to say that there is something that accrues to you by the blessing of the mandate that is handed to him specifically, that there are things he can command on your behalf. He doesn't even need to say it. It comes to you naturally. Are you seeing it now? So the man makes a demand on his mantle, makes a demand on what he has with God. That is what he meant by my God. He makes a demand on all possible things that he has accumulated as a result of his faithfulness in his walk with God, and say, my God. That is what accrues to a man that partners another man's ministry. This is the Philippian church that partnered Paul's ministry. They are not the richest, but they are consistent from the beginning. So, but the book of Ephesians, talking about giving, spoke more of giving to the prophet. Am I correct? Either Ephesians or Galatians. God help me. Spoke more about giving to the prophet. But Philippians spoke more about giving to the ministry of the man. They are two different things. I hope you know. Anyway, if you don't know, no problem. It is possible for a man to be rich. People will give to him. He will have a lot of money, but the ministry is poor. Many times it will not show a lot if the man too takes what he has as ministry's own. So if probably we have need of AC here, the man will buy all the AC. It's a proof that the ministry the ministry itself has not broken financially yet, but the man has broken. It can turn the other way around. In fact, the most common one is the other way around. The other way around is where the ministry has money and the man is very poor. You will come and tell church member that you and your children don't have food to eat. They will pray with you, buy seat for church. Wait. And you don't know how to feel bad because the seat is for God. They also bought it. So you say, hey, you'll be cautioning yourself. I hope I'm not having bad heart. I hope I'm not fighting God's work. You will dedicate the seat and drink garri with your children and sleep. You don't know what I'm telling you. You will come to church, dedicate new bus for the church and trek back home because the bus will carry church people. So it means that there is favor on the ministry, but there is no favor on the man. And many of if your father is a pastor, that was the issue. Is it not true? In fact, your father built a church, not like built the church, not the church, but he built a church auditorium for, is it not true? Your father built a church. 3 branches, he built 3 branches. Did he build his own house? Wait, I'm not saying that you should go all out for it, but he's somebody that it can touch in the heart to do that. I'm telling you, favor can be missing on your life and be missing on the ministry. It can be on the ministry and missing on your life. It can be on your life and be missing on the ministry. But God's ordination is that it should be on your life and be on what? The ministry. What do you think you can give somebody like me and it will make me now to be one of the topmost ministers in Nigeria? What do you think I can have? I've had the opportunity and denied it. However high you think it is, including preaching platforms. What do you think is a big preaching platform that if you have now, then that guy will be ranked among the highest of apostles? Which one do you think? I've had the same opportunity. One day, a man chatted us and told us that he heard about our building project, that he is moved to sow to us, but there is a prayer we need to make for him. He said that he's moved, that he is going to, for the first installment, that he's going to give us 1 billion naira. 1 billion. I said, you have not seen money. You have not been tested yet. Calm down. 1 billion. That's what the man said. And he said after that he will be giving us 200 million over quarters in installment basis. I will not lie to you. Let me say the truth. I rejoiced initially, but when I went to the office, the Holy Ghost rebuked me. I was so rebuked. I said, hey, how did I even think about it? I quickly came out, because I told people, I quickly came out and told them that God said no. Everybody was disappointed. The joy from it made people almost, they had faith on this distraction. That's why we are weak. Because the day we count that God came was when somebody got car or married. Was when somebody got job. Somebody will share testimony of how he got contract. The governor of this state can answer that prayer. Can't governor answer the prayer of your contract? What are you saying? What are you saying? For if you are following God for money, go and do blood money. That's not why we are here. Can God give you money? Yes. But that's not why we follow. If you pursue God well and lay hold on God, you find out that even money is a distraction. There is a way you follow Jesus, even if you have things. You will know that giving yourself to what you have is a distraction for you. That is why you need to learn what we are saying. In case tomorrow, by mistake, the way I know you, you don't touch money before at a very small age. The money is coming back. But for now, use this. Are you hearing me? Use this period, culture your soul and find out that which can last. Why did God set up this thing that we are doing? Why? There are mistakes you should not make in ministry. If you make it, it's not reversible. There is a way you marry now, your calling has ended. It's true. It's that serious. Forget it. There is nothing you can do about it. Instead of you to miss it, don't marry at all. But if you get it, you will know. This is the way your calling will move. Boom, 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 to another level. Things will open.